Ramana Maharshi. Every human being is seeking their source, and one day they must return to it. We must all return to our source. We come from within, we have moved outward, and now we must go back inward. We've covered ourselves with thoughts and passions. To throw them off, we must focus on one thought: the self. The self is a powerful magnet hidden within us. Go back inside, take refuge in the center of silence. Gather your thoughts inwardly, find their center, and discover your inner balance. The world will never disturb you if you are well rooted in inner tranquility. In the midst of storms and turbulence, be calm and silent. Watch events unfold as a witness. The world is a drama. Be a witness, introverted and introspective. Take refuge in the heart. Take refuge in the self. Take refuge in the silence. You may be here or there or anywhere. Anchored in silence, stabilized in the inner self, you can simply be as you are. Ask yourself, who am I? Mental activity ceases when you find the answer to this question directed toward yourself. Only one who focuses on the center heart can remain conscious. When the mind stops its activity and becomes still, free from thoughts. Who am I? Dive deeply into yourself, into the heart. Find the self and remain in it. Stay firmly balanced in the self. Let the mind become calm. Free yourself from all thoughts except the simple thought of the self or Atman. Who am I? Dive deeply into the chambers of your heart. Discover the true and infinite I. Rest there peacefully forever and become identical with the Supreme Self. Who am I? The self is the source of everything. The self is the center and is everywhere, aware of itself as the heart or self-consciousness. Call it by any name, God, self, heart, or the seat of consciousness, it is all the same. When the mind, single-pointed and fully focused, knows the supreme silence in the heart, that is true learning. Being as the self, in the heart, is the supreme wisdom. For one who has realized the perfect state of being, which is the true, indescribable happiness inherent in the absolute being, there is nothing left to do. After tasting such happiness, even once, you will strive to recover it again and again. Having experienced the bliss of peace, you will no longer wish to be apart from it or engage in any other activity. As the Srutis, sacred scriptures, declare, we are, and have always been, only that. Therefore, we must remain as that. The life of man is what it is. What is, is. The mind arises, and it forms a conception. From that point, all problems follow. All unhappiness and misery come from the ego. It is the root of all your troubles. If you are as you are, without the mind and its conceptions about various things, everything will be fine. You are an unchanging and continuous being, one that remains despite all these mental states, which are constantly shifting and therefore transient. You are always there. These fleeting objects are mere phenomena that appear within your being, like images moving across a screen. The screen does not move when the image moves. Let whatever comes, come. Let whatever goes, go. Discover what remains. Everything that is born must die. Everything that is acquired will be lost. Were you born? No, you exist eternally. The real self can never be lost. Realization is not something to be acquired. It is always there, but it is obstructed by a veil of thoughts. You are the real self right now, but you confuse your current consciousness, or ego, with the absolute consciousness, the real self. An imaginary I arises between pure consciousness and the inert body and imagines itself to be limited to the body. The consciousness, I am the body, this is my body, is the false self. Let it go. You can do this by seeking the source of the feeling I. The body does not say, I am. It is you who says, I am the body. Discover what this I is. Seek its source, and it will disappear. Investigate. Who am I? Seek this I, and it will vanish like a mirage. This is the direct method. Self-inquiry leads you directly to self-realization because it removes the obstacles that make you believe the real self has not yet been attained. Who am I? All you need to do is find the source of the I and remain there. All you need to do is find the source of the I and remain there. The truth of yourself is the only thing worth seeking and knowing. All you need is to surrender. The source is within. Surrender yourself to it. This means you must seek the source and immerse yourself in it. Surrender to the source of being. Who am I? I have a body, but I am not my body. I can see and feel my body, and what can be seen and felt is not the true seer. My body can be tired or excited, sick or healthy, heavy or light, but none of this has anything to do with my inner self. I have a body, but I am not my body. I have desires, but I am not my desires. I can know my desires, and what can be known is not the true knower. Desires come and go, floating through my perception, but they do not affect my inner self. I have desires, but I am not desires. I have emotions, but I am not my emotions. I can feel my emotions. And what can be felt is not the true feeler. The emotions pass through me, but they do not affect my inner self. I have emotions, but I am not emotions. I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. I can know and intuit my thoughts, and what can be known is not the true knower. Thoughts come to me, and thoughts leave me, but they do not affect my inner self. I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. I am what remains, a pure center of perception, an impassive witness to all these thoughts, emotions, feelings, and desires. Who am I? The matrix is complex, but each of us holds a part of the solution. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and together we'll see beyond appearances.